Modern narrative cringe art tells us that seeing only the truth, or at least the truth in black and white, is the only path to growth, wisdom, and emotional authenticity. This approach to storytelling is particularly evident in films and television shows that aim to tackle heavy topics like trauma, abuse, and moral ambiguity. Some notable examples include shows like True Detective and The Sopranos, which use a bold, unflinching tone to confront the harsh realities of human nature. On the surface, this approach seems to promise a raw, unvarnished look at the world, untainted by sentiment or subtlety. However, what we gain in authenticity, we often lose in our ability to relate to the characters and find emotional connection with them. When a character's truth is presented as an unyielding, inflexible force, it can be alienating and even voyeuristic. We are forced to witness their pain and suffering without any comforting narrative concessions, like a comforting redemption arc or a satisfying resolution. This approach can be particularly draining for viewers who are left to grapple with the complexities of the story alone. For instance, take the character of Walter White from Breaking Bad. At first, his transformation from meek to monstrous is compelling, but as the show progresses, his one-dimensional descent into villainy becomes exhausting. We are left with a sense of unease and moral dissonance, but without a corresponding emotional release or a satisfying resolution. In contrast, a more nuanced approach to storytelling might allow for a more empathetic understanding of even the most flawed characters. We as writers aim to show more truth in our narrative. We need to be mindful of this balance. It's not about sugarcoating the harsh realities of life, but about presenting them in a way that acknowledges the complexity and nuance of human experience. This might involve showing the protagonist facing a catastrophic setback, but also showing how they cope with it, how they find support, and how they adapt to find a new sense of normalcy. By presenting the truth in a balanced way, we can create a story that feels authentic and engaging, without leaving the audience feeling beaten down by the constant weight of despair. For example, consider a story about a character struggling with addiction. We could show them hitting rock bottom, losing their job, and alienating their loved ones, but we could also show the moments of vulnerability, the efforts they make to seek help, and the small victories they achieve in their recovery. By showing the double-sided nature of their struggles, we create a more dynamic and relatable character, and a more compelling narrative. This kind of storytelling doesn't shy away from the difficulties of addiction, but instead shows that there's a way out, and that the truth is often wrapped in complexities and contradictions.